Hey guys, Huzzy bringing you another video. Welcome to a Huzzy patch note breakdown video. Apologies, this one is actually a couple days after the patch has been released. There's just been other content to upload, like the Volibear video, etc. That's just delayed this a day or so. But hopefully you guys will still enjoy it. And as always, if you can do me a massive favor, throw a like on the video, throw a comment what you think of the patch after you watch the video. That will be massively appreciated. So we're in patch 10.10, has a bit of a ring to it. And let's play the little mini game first. Is Kassadin getting nerfed? Here we go. Boom. Nope. No, he's not. So what have we got? We got buffs for Annie, Irelia. Really? Aurelia's still crazy. Okay. Nidalee, Severe, Soraka, Twisted Fate, Udyr, Nerfs, Diana, Katarina, Kayn, Kled, Misfortune, Maokai, Taric. Okay, I'm fine with pretty much all of those nerfs on champions. There are like a little bit too much strength. You know, with the Kayn buffs recently, I even thought were very questionable because Kayn has done well always. So it's a bit weird. So Maokai, I hope it's his damage getting nerfed because that dude does way too much damage in the early game for being a full tank. And I presume Taric is being nerfed in terms of funneling, maybe, because they're still trying to control those type of players, which is insane. Got new skins, Pulsefire Echo, Fiora, Pantheon, Lucian, and Prestige Lucian, which is cool. Player behavior. Last week, we told players about our short and long-term plans to address deliberate game-ruining behavior. Our proposed plans are meant to target those who are genuinely having meant to target those who are genuinely having a bad game, but those who've decided that the game is over on their own and spend their time trolling others instead of trying to play their best. The first of our short-term plan is to adjust our reporting and punishment system. In 10.10, so this patch, you should start seeing more frequent instant feedback reports for disruptive behavior as we work on tweaking our behavioral systems. So I said in that video, I would not be surprised if for at least the next couple of weeks, couple of months, Riot kind of just tweaks the boundary of what's going to get you punished or not to be a bit more harsh, because at least then the player base is like, oh, I'm starting to see this more. Oh, Riot is starting to care a bit more. So I think that is definitely going to happen. So that's a good thing. That's never going to be a bad thing. And if you are in the camp that, oh, toxicity should be allowed, again, we can have different opinions. But my thing of that is maybe this channel isn't for you. I'm not okay with toxic behavior, whether it be in-game chat or in-game actual inting and feeding. I'm not okay with that personally. Again, if you are, that's up to you, but I'm not. So here we go. So that's good from Riot. Champions, we got Annie changes. So, Annie, E damage reduction increased and Tibbers burning aura buffed. Okay, I by the way, don't think Annie is that weak at the moment. I've seen Annie's have pretty good performances every now and then. So damage reduction for her E has gone up by 3% in the early game, but in late game, it's up 7%. 7% is as a buff of damage reduction. Remember, that is total damage reduction for an Annie that is a squishy AP mage that does a lot of damage. That's you know, it's 29% damage reduction now. That's pretty good. That will definitely stop you potentially getting one shot in a lot of circumstances. So I don't think that's bad at all. Summon Tibbers, the damage aura as well used to be aura damage used to do 10, 15, 20 plus a 0.1 ability power ratio. It's now 20, 30, 40. So it's doubled its base damage, and also with a tiny little ability power buff. Just general Annie buffs. I play Annie very occasionally. She's like a D-tilt champion for me that I don't have to concentrate on mechanics at all. I can just I'm playing Annie. Pretty good. Not bad at all. Diana, base health and attack damage decrease. Yeah, this champion is a little bit too nuts. She just runs at you and never dies while just killing you. So her health has been nerfed by 24 in the early game. That's a little bit, you know, she is going to be a bit squishier there. And the attack damage, again, it's not really a nerf. It's a 0.04 attack damage nerf. That's just flattening her numbers out. So overall, just a health nerf for Diana. Don't know if that's enough, by the way, because I do think the champion is just a little bit too strong. Irelia, so this is interesting. E blade damage increased. Really? For a champion that's kept weak for everyone else because of pro play, Aurelia's finally fallen on the low end of pro play. But I don't think she's bad in solo queues. So literally, this is the problem sometimes with a game like League, when it is so competitively focused, is like they have to kind of balance the game to pro play, and oh, this champion has finally fallen out of favor with pros. Okay, we can change it a little bit, but it'll probably just bring her back for pros. Like, I don't know. It's a bit weird. I personally still think Irelia is really strong. And yes, she is kind of my kryptonite champion, so maybe I'm biased, but you get one shot by a champ. Like, I know in her rework, like, old Irelia used to be a hyperscaling AD, kind of like Jax. I know with her rework, they gave her more utility for her early game, so she is supposed to be stronger in the early game, but she still scales incredibly well, and she can kill a lot of things at like level 2 onwards. I don't think that needed a buff, personally, so that's a bit weird. Katarina, very, very, very strong champion, but this is where, like, a lot of the community don't probably think that she's very strong, because Katarina is the same type of champion as a Kali. If you suck at Katarina, or let's even say if you're average at Katarina, it's probably not worth playing. Like, she excels when you're amazing at the champion. That is Katarina. And when you have a mental Katarina player that's just perfect mechanics, you can't stop them. Like, it's very difficult to stop them. And generally, you have to, like, throw all 5 enemies to kill a Katarina. But then there's 4 of her teammates that are also going to kill you. So incredibly, incredibly strong. So the passive, the bouncing, although the spin is just being nerfed a little bit. It used to be a 1 ability power ratio. So again, a Katarina was never the champion that's going to get like probably 1,000 ability power, but you could probably get 400 to 500 ability power on Katarina. So her just the passive that leaves the spin on the floor, that she can get, what, 2 or 3 of those out at, like, in a second practically. She could do, like, 500 damage each AoE spin instantly every few seconds. That's why her damage was so high. And yes, you had to do the combo perfectly, but for a Katarina main, they do it perfectly. So I don't mind a little bit of a nerf here. I think probably Katarina mains probably deep down know she probably needed a nerf for a while. Kayn, passive rust heal decreased. So it used to be 34.5% to 43% of damage dealt, kind of like Aatrox had that obviously ability. It's now 30 to 40%. So in essence, a 3 to 4% nerf. Not insane. It's not going to change him too much. But you're all reminding people, Red Kayn with Death Dance is nuts. Like, that's why it's really good. I practically don't think Blue Kayn is even that good. And I will say, I've been so busy recently with all the content I've been pumping out. I've wanted to check out a Challenger replay of Kayn mid, like doing Blue Kayn mid. I just haven't had the time. I've been that busy. We will definitely get around to doing it, by the way, because I want to try it out myself. But that will come. I will check that out in the near future. Kled. So I do think Kled is also pretty strong, very strong in the current meta. If you're thinking current meta top laners, Fiora, Jax, Darius, whatever else is in top lane at the moment, set. Kled is actually pretty good against a lot of them. Maybe not Fiora, because Fiora can actually counter him with her W, but obviously Fiora is a very strong champion too at the moment. Kled is strong though, and they are just reducing, or they're nerfing him by making his Q cooldown longer in the early game. So it's a 2-second nerf at rank 1, but by rank 5 it's the same. So just a early game nerf, and I'm completely fine with that, because sometimes it does feel like, Jesus Christ, he's hitting me all the time. So that's fine in my book completely. Misfortune, W max bonus movement speed decreased. So her strut, so again, no damage reduction here, so that's fine. Her damage is pretty obviously decent at the moment, but maybe her walking around the map and getting back to lane is just a bit too quick. So they're just nerfing it a little bit by 10%. Or no, not 10%, 10 movement speed. That's not the end of the world. Maokai, is it damage? Base mana decrease, Q cool... No damage nerfs. Wow, that is not the way I would have nerfed him. Okay. So his mana has been nerfed by 2. And his Bramble Smash, his big damage ability in the early game that you're maxing Q as well, is going up by 10 mana. So yeah, that'll hurt him a bit. Technically, every 5 casts of Q now, where before you would have got an extra one, now it's going to cost you, because it's 10 more. I mean, that's good, but I also think he does too much damage. Like, way too much damage. Like, a really good Maokai, by the way, player, maybe, I don't even know what his Q ratio is. It might be pretty high. It might be like 0.8 or something. Really good Maokai players buy 2 Doran's rings in the early game, and I genuinely, you cannot beat them. Like, at all on most meta top laners. It just doesn't. You like his sustain is really good with his passive, like he auto attacks gets the healing, because I think that scales off ability power. So the 2 Doran's rings helps him with, you know, sustain. And also the damage is really high. So I don't know. I don't know if I would have done that nerf. I think other nerfs would have been more effective, but it's a nerf at least. Nidalee, I have not seen Nidalee's in a long time. Q, Javelin Toss. Damage ratio used to be 0.4 with a maximum of 1.2, which obviously depends on like your distance, how far your spear has gone. It's now a minimum 0.5, so if you hit them square in the face. But if you hit a maximum length spear, it'll be a 1.5 ability power. So that's not bad. 600 ability power on Nidalee. That's what, 1800 damage if you hit a max spear. And obviously that's hard to do, but that's a lot of damage. That's not bad. So again, AP Nidalee jungle could be back. Severe. Mana restore increased, so she's getting more mana for, you know, blocking a spell with a mana shield. That's always a nice thing. That's never going to be bad. And it is a decent amount of mana. Actually, 30 mana at rank 1 extra. That's pretty good. Nice. Soraka, Q-based damage increased. W health cost reduction increased. Okay, so base damage has gone up by 10 for her star core, better poke in lane phase, and her actual healing, health cost reduction used to be 60% going up to 100%. It now starts at 80%, goes to 100%. So, I don't know, some buffs there for Soraka, definitely. So, I still don't love Soraka, but I know a lot of people do, so, you know, she's there. Taric, so I presume... Yeah, presume this is going to be tank nerfs, which obviously affects his, like, tower diving potential, because that's generally a lot of what Tarics do. Health growth has gone down by 5, so he's gaining 5 health less per level. And his bonus armor, obviously just having W and all that, used to be 10%, going up to 20% of bonus armor for Taric. It's now 10%, so it hasn't been nerfed in the early game straight away, but it's maximum, that's a big nerf, 14% at rank 5. It used to be 20%, so it's a 6% nerf. That is considerable. Taric's, you know, sometimes we've spoken about, oh, I feel that nerf, or I don't feel that nerf. Taric players will feel that nerf, 100%. So, again, I think it's fine. Taric isn't supposed to be legitimately this unkillable champion when he's a support, but he is a lot of the time, and obviously no one wants the funnel strategy to be in the game anyway, apart from funnel players, so I don't mind Taric nerfs. Twisted Fate. Again, one of the best solo queue mid laners that you can practically play in history. Just incredibly hard to play. Like, that's why his skill separation, an amazing player will make Twisted Fate look amazing, but an average player, like Katarina, I guess, will just not really do anything and do no damage. He's obviously very utility-based. It's about helping your team get fed and then helping yourself get fed later. And if you don't make that work, yeah, you will not do a lot compared to an average AP mage. So his attack damage has gone up by a couple, his armor has been flattened, and his R Destiny has been buffed that it is 50 mana less. That's nice. I don't think Twisted Fate generally, you know, struggles too much with mana, considering he's got blue card, but it's a buff. I don't think it's an insane buff. It's kind of a non-buff, really. It doesn't really matter that much. Udyr, a champion you basically never see, apart from one-tricks or mains. There is a specific reason for that. He's got a very unique playstyle, a bit of an outdated playstyle, but for those people that enjoy that playstyle, they'll just keep playing Udyr. I do wager, and I will say, if you did watch the Volibear video, I kind of do think the new Volibear is just a better version of Udyr, practically. Maybe Udyr does more damage than the new Volibear, but I don't think a lot of people play Udyr for the damage numbers. They play him more for the utility and stuff like that he can bring and the distraction that Udyr can give. So the movement speed for... his general movement speed has gone up. Oh, God. His health has gone up. It's just been flattened. His mana has been flattened, and his health regen has been flattened. So these are basically non-buffs, but it is a 5 movement speed buff. He is pretty quick already, so, you know, the whole thing with Udyr is going turtle form, bear form, sorry, and running around the map like a headless chicken, just being a distraction. So that's a buff for Udyr, I guess. And that is all the champion stuff. Nothing that I disagree with outright. Well, actually, no. The Irelia one I disagree with. That's the one that I disagree with. Other ones, maybe not harsh enough. I think Diana definitely could do less damage. To be honest, yeah, her auto attacks, I think, are just doing too much damage, and they did nerf her attack damage, but it's not really a nerf. Kayn, I think maybe more nerfs could have happened there, but it's fine. Kled's fine. Maokai, I think they could have done damage numbers itself. But apart from that, I think it's okay. But yeah, yet again, no Silas nerf, no Echo nerf, no Kassadin. None of the champions that a lot of people are kind of saying they should probably nerf this. Earth don't really care about that. What else we got? Bug fixes. So again, I don't generally go through bug fixes at all. But this, again, I just kind of look of champions that I play. So here, dodge penalties now accurately track penalty time between dodges. The lockout timer should now properly reset after 23 hours. So that's good, I guess. Set, though, I play Set. Now properly completes the slam in his R, the showstopper, on champion clones, even if they're about to expire. Okay, that's a very, very specific situation. So we've got, obviously, the new skins that we spoke about earlier. And you've got only... which is a bit weird. Only one chroma. Oh, no, these are old. These are old skins. So they're giving them... the old skins, they're giving them a new chromo. That Shen one's nice. I like that. And then the new ones, they're giving them all new chromas. Again, maybe there'll be League Partner stuff. Possibly. Again, if there's a green one anyone can see. Again, I do have... these are colorblind glasses. And excuse that the arm is broken off. I legit didn't use these for about 6 months. I put them on the other day for a bit of a laugh. And the arm broke off. But if I put them on, so excuse that they are broken, again, they're actually, it's very small and it's very hard to tell. Is the Fiora that has the green potentially? Like, that kind of looks green to me, but I'm never too sure. Because obviously I'm not used to seeing green probably as much as you guys. But yeah, that is going to be the patch note video. Overall, I'm fine with it. I definitely think there could be a couple more things in the patch notes, but it is also very good to see that Riot has announced this. So yeah, if we do start to see more behavioral stuff, then that's good. And by the way, I am really, and trust me, I am getting the urge to play on my main account. I do not want to be low diamond on my main account. I know I can be much higher rated than that. I'm slowly getting the urge, and every single time that Riot is now talking about we're going to be doing more punishments and, you know, really looking into especially in-game behavior. Like, again, I have chat off in League of Legends, so even though I don't like talking toxicity, it legit doesn't affect me anymore because I have chat off. But it's the other stuff that has got me down a lot. It's the inting, it's the AFKing. I get that, trust me, it's all the time. So if Riot is truly now looking to fix that, I don't know, I might give this a week or two just to see and like let the reports kind of flush out some toxic people. And then in a week or two, I can definitely see me trying to go back on the main account again, if I'm honest. So, and obviously the Duo to Diamond series, we are probably going to be just looking to extend that most likely to Duo to Master. You guys are enjoying it. It's my favorite series I've done for many years. I doubt I might not swap account, by the way. I might stay on Admiral Banter. And by the way, I legit am in the stage nowadays that I do not care which account of mine is higher rated. Back in the day, I used to care, but because of the League Partner buff, you know, it used to be, oh, but I own all the skins on my main account. I could just ask Riot to give Admiral Banter the League Partner buff, and then it doesn't really matter which account I'm on, as weird as that sounds. But yeah, so that's going to be the plan anyway. But if you guys did enjoy this patch note video, please do throw a like on the video. Let me know what you think down below. Do you disagree, agree with any of the changes? Do you think anything's missing? But yeah, that is going to be it. Hopefully you're all doing well. I genuinely do mean that. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you've been enjoying the content. But adios, amigos.